Hello, my name is Dylan Smith, and I run a video production company that specializes in documentary and corporate work and have for the last 5 years. This is what I would do if I was just getting started now. So everything I'm about to say is from my own personal experience, going from me as a solo creator making content for businesses to having now a small team for most jobs. First thing is not to think about gear. When I first started, I thought I had to have some high-end camera. I thought I needed this whole look, but especially now with how technology is right now, you can get away with using your phone, especially when you're first starting out. If you got a newer smartphone, maybe in the last couple years, I would even say like an iPhone 10 or 11 still be very acceptable. It's really about how you use it. How do you use the technology you have? You just continually learn, you continue to try new things. Continue to perfect your craft with whatever you have. Gear is such a big thing where people are like, oh, I gotta have the newest autofocus, expensive. Don't worry about any of that when you're first getting started. Just go out and make work, especially if you can find maybe like your dad's old like DSLR with like a nifty 50. You can get away with using manual focus lenses, and I could do a whole video about this. Nowadays everyone's all about, oh, you gotta have good autofocus, but most working professionals in the industry want lenses with character. If you can like use like an older camera with some kind of lens that will give you a certain look, and then you use that in conjunction with an iPhone, you'll really get something really unique that a lot of people cannot get right now. Tip number 2 is, once you've started making money off of this, do not immediately just upgrade your camera. I made this mistake and I upgraded my camera, and the videos I was making really didn't get much better. Well, what really I should have done was to invest in lighting. Link down in the description to all the lights I use currently. They're very budget friendly for the most part. I still use a lot of the lights that I bought when I first started. It really shows, like even with iPhone, like even with a cheaper camera, like you can get amazing looking results just with lighting, rather than buying a really expensive camera or more expensive camera without having really good lighting and really focus on lighting. Look at me right now, like what I'm using right here looks a lot better than if I didn't use it at all. Use good lighting. You can get away with shooting a lot in sunset, and that's what I would recommend when you first start. If you don't have lights, try to shoot everything during sunset because it looks really pretty if possible, or shoot a lot near windows because that's also really nice. Third thing I would do, and this is how to get jobs. How do you get jobs when you first get started? How do you do it? The tip I would give you is work for free. A lot of people are going to say don't work for free, but absolutely work for free. Go find a business that you want to work with, like, and don't make excuses with it. If you want to go shoot videos for restaurants, go to a high-end restaurant, ask them, hey, can I shoot a video for free? And if they say no, go to another one. One of them is bound to say yes, and you're bound to show them what you can do. And then once you show them what you can do, then they're much more likely to then hire you afterwards, saying, oh, we love what you did, we'd love you to do this for our next food or whatever it is. And you can do this with events, you can do this with just about any business. You could just go to them, say that, hey, I'm just getting started, I'll get something from my portfolio. Or you could say, oh, I'm running a sale, or just offer them, say, hey, I'm looking for another business to do a video for this month. Shoot the first one for free. Like identify that, hey, I'm doing this one for free. And you might be like, well, why don't you just do one for cheap? And that's what I thought when I first started. Oh, I'm just gonna do them for cheap because I'm like inexperienced. But the truth is, if you do one for cheap, now that business is used to your cheap prices that they've paid for, and they're less likely to just pay you more for what you did, unless it's you just get lucky. But the truth is, you're going to have a better chance going from a free job to show them what you could do to then get a decently paying job from the next video they need. And especially if it's a company that like just constantly needs videos, or you're able to maybe continue that conversation and like tell them like, oh, I could do this for you guys next, then you're more likely to just continually get hired for them. And right now, if you're stuck, or maybe you're in one industry, maybe you're doing music videos and you want to try to do corporate stuff, I would say do the exact same thing. Even though you might getting paid decently for music videos, you go shoot a corporate video for free for a company that you want to work for, and don't make an excuse like, oh, I can't shoot for a restaurant, so I'm gonna go shoot in my kitchen. That's not gonna get you work, because the idea is you go shoot for that restaurant, you send that video to every single person that you can, like, oh, you had a bunch of people in the restaurant maybe you shot like candid photos in the restaurant or candid video with the restaurant's permission. Now you can literally send it to every single person in that video. That makes you stand out as a videographer to every single person there. The more connections you have, the better. If you go shoot an event, try to find every single person's Instagram that was at that event. Send it to every event organizer, send it to anybody you can think of, even send it to their competitors who weren't even in the video. The more people that you can get in that one industry to know who you are, or people who like that one industry. If you go to like a DJ, like raves and stuff, and you want to do videos for them, ask the DJ, hey, can I shoot a video for you? And then you make a video for them, send it to them. You send it to everyone who was at the venue who could find their Instagram. I'm telling you, if you go through and you look at like the DJ's Instagram, and you just look at pictures, like previous pictures, or look at people's stories from that event, you will find tons of Instagrams from that, because everyone posted about what they're doing. So really, the more connections, the more people that can see your work, the more work you'll get. When I first started, I just filmed a lot of events because it was easy. I could just go to an event and say, hey, can I film it? And I ended up doing a lot of work for DJs. I did one for free for DJs, and then that same DJ group just kept hiring me to film more of their events at different venues. And it led to one thing another, and then I ended up filming for several DJs, and then that led to more jobs after that. So whatever you want to do, don't make an excuse. Don't just film something at home. You want people to see it. You want people to be a part of it. You want people to become your biggest fans. Once they're your biggest fans, then they're gonna just vouch for you. Like maybe you go to a network event, and maybe they just happen to be at the network event, someone you sent your video to, and now they're your biggest fans, and now they want to support you where they can, so they're just gonna vouch for you. They're like, oh look, this videographer, he shot this thing for me. So they just gave you a really good introduction to this new person who might not even know who you are. When you go shoot these events for free, post it on Instagram. Even if you're doing something for free, if you're doing something that looks professional, if it looks like, oh, I got a camera and I'm filming it in public or wherever, if it looks like you're getting paid for it, post it on Instagram and like filming for, tag that person or whatever, because then they repost it, they see it. People just assume, oh, you're getting paid for it, oh, you're doing this work. Even if you're just doing something with a friend, like, or you're just filming a video for a friend, whatever it is, post about it. If you post about it, then people just think you're super busy, you're super successful, and they want to work with you. So that's another thing. Go to network events. I did not go to network events until about a year or two ago, and I've met so many people through that. I've gotten so many jobs through that. The people who go to network events are there to meet other people, to help other businesses. It's a really good place to meet potential new clients. When you go to these network events, you are going to run into other video people, and you should not just ignore them. You shouldn't just not come over to them. You should look at other videographers not as competitors. You should look at other videographers as collaborators. Big. I used to think, oh, these other videographers are here to steal my jobs. Believe me, if you really are working, you're really trying to be out here, you are going to get enough jobs. Everyone's going to get enough jobs. But truthfully, especially if you meet some other videographer who's well more experienced, they've been doing this a lot longer, they're gonna want to hire you. They're gonna want to hire you to help them with their jobs, whether it be a grip, a PA, a gaffer. And in some smaller teams, you're just an assistant and you kind of just do a lot of those type of jobs. But especially if you get into some of these bigger jobs, or you just help with some of these smaller teams, you're gonna learn a ton of stuff. You're gonna learn what gear they use. You're gonna learn how they use that gear. There's so much equipment that I bought used, like lighting and stuff like that, for not a lot of money, that I learned that existed from other videographers using that gear. I could do a whole video about how YouTube and how Instagram and how all of these companies making gear, making new equipment, are really just trying to sell you new gear. And really a lot of the old equipment, a lot of the used equipment that's built super well, gets the job done, sometimes even better than some of the new stuff, and for a lot less money. Again, just look down in the description to see what equipment I'm still using. Some of it might be out of your budget, some of it still might be in your budget. And also you can find a lot of equipment I have down below on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace. This is what I would do if I was first getting started. If I could just go back in time and just start over, well, everything I would do. No matter where you are in your journey, do not think that, oh, you burnt out. No matter where you are in the world, there is so many opportunities out here for you. Whatever tip you learned from this video, just comment down below and write it down, memorize it. You still have a chance. There are still so many people out here who need video, no matter where you are. there is enough room for everyone in this space. If you have any questions for me, again, I'll answer every comment in the description. Like the video if you learn anything, and I'll see you guys next time.